Welcome to the latest episode of Igniting Your Dynamic Self. I'm your host, Wendy Bjork, founder of heartsofwellness.com, and the show is sponsored by heartsofwellness.com. As an international bestselling author, speaker, nationally syndicated columnist, and MS mentor, my mission is to empower and inspire women to build a strong foundation of well-being, one holistic step at a time. I created this space for the woman I once was, tired, confused, and searching for answers. I want you to know you're not alone. And before we dive into today's episode, I want to let you know I do not dispense medical advice or prescribe the use of any technique as a form of treatment for physical, emotional, or mental problems without the advice of a physician, either directly or indirectly. My intent is only to offer information of a general nature to help you in your quest for emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. Today's episode is all about letting go of the healing hustle. As your host and guide on this journey to holistic healing, I want you to know if you've been feeling overwhelmed by your healing journey, if it feels like a full-time job just to feel okay, I want you to hear this from my heart. You were never meant to hustle for your health. You were never meant to hustle. This is a healing message for the woman who's tired of trying so hard. It's time to let go of the fix-it mentality. We live in a world that praises productivity. We're doing more is worn like a badge of honor. And when you're living with something like MS or multiple sclerosis, it's easy to believe the only way to heal is to fight harder, to try harder, to be tougher. But that's a really heavy burden to carry. And the truth is, real healing doesn't begin with force. It begins with softness, with listening, with being present instead of perfect. You don't need to be constantly researching, fixing, or punishing yourself for having a bad day. You don't need to earn your way back to wellness. Your body isn't broken. It's talking to you. And you deserve to respond with compassion, not more fighting. We've been conditioned to believe that the harder we work, the more we deserve. That if we're not hustling, pushing, producing, we're falling behind. And this mindset doesn't just infiltrate our career or our other goals, it bleeds into our healing as well, especially for women living with chronic conditions like MS. The pressure to do everything right in order to feel better can become overwhelming. We chase the perfect protocol. We stack supplements like armor. We punish ourselves for bad days, and we believe rest is lazy and that productivity is power. And slowly, the healing journey starts to look a lot like the very stress we were trying to escape. But here's the truth. You were never meant to hustle for your health. Healing isn't a job, it's a relationship. Your body is not a machine to be fixed, and it's not your enemy. It's not failing you, it's talking to you. Hustling drowns out that voice. When we're constantly in fix-it mode, we miss the subtle, sacred whispers of our own intuition. We overlook the magic of small shifts, of a slower morning, a mindful meal, a moment of stillness. We miss the invitation to soften. Healing is not a project to complete. It's a relationship to nurture. It's a homecoming, and you don't have to earn your way back home because there's a high cost of hustle to release. The chronic hustle creates chronic stress, and chronic stress is one of the most unspoken aggravations of autoimmune conditions and nervous system dysregulation. If the path to wellness is paved in pressure, your body will not feel safe to heal. The body thrives in safety, not in striving. You don't need another overwhelming checklist. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be present, gentle, curious, compassionate. You don't have to be doing all the things. You just have to be with yourself. Reclaiming the energy of ease is one way to do this. Because ease isn't laziness. Slowing down isn't giving up. Choosing rest is revolutionary in a world that teaches burnout. And when you stop hustling, you create space. And in that space, your body can do what it was always designed to do: repair, restore, and renew. This doesn't mean you won't take action. It means your action will come from alignment, not anxiety. It means trusting that your worth isn't tied to how many health habits you checked off today, but how deeply you honored your own needs. Your power lies in releasing outdated beliefs that healing must be complicated or extreme. You are here to find freedom through new ways of thinking. And that begins with allowing things to be simple. Your path to wellness begins by recognizing your inherent worth. You are here to stand in your value, to know that rest isn't a reward, it's your right. You don't have to prove your power. You already are it. Your healing begins in the mind. You're here to release outdated beliefs and expand your perspective. So I ask you, what if healing wasn't complicated? What if you allowed it to be easy? Your journey is deeply tied to knowing your value because you are powerful, you're radiant, but you don't need to prove your worth through hustle. Healing is for you about receiving, allowing rest, honoring your energy, trusting your inner rhythm. You don't have to push harder. You simply have to allow more. And what healing can really look like? Sometimes healing is a walk in nature. Sometimes it's crying without judgment. Sometimes it's saying no to something that drains you. Healing isn't a giant leap, it's 1,000 gentle steps. It's permission to be whole, even in your messiest moments. The most profound progress doesn't come from pressure, it comes from peace. It's time to let healing be a sanctuary, not a struggle. You don't need to be more disciplined, more productive, more perfect. You need to be more you, supported, seen, and safe. You don't have to hustle for your health anymore. You just have to come back to yourself. And you want guidance that meets you with softness, strength, and soul? Join our Hearts of Wellness free community where we walk the healing path without the pressure and reclaim your right to wellness on your own terms. If you've been trying to hustle your way to healing, I invite you to stop and just breathe. Put your hand over your heart and remind yourself healing is a homecoming, not a race. If this message speaks to your soul, I'd love to walk this gentler path with you. Come and join me inside the Hearts of Wellness community where we heal together with grace. It's at heartsofwellness.com/community. It's time to come back to yourself. And you can connect with me at heartsofwellness.com for more inspiration and support. Until next time, take care with grace and allow yourself the space to consider what feels right for your path. And as a reminder, any content is always uploaded to the community first. I hope you have a magical day. Take care. Bye-bye.